This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Hey, good morning, and welcome to the Tuesday edition of the Morning Drive on Lubbock Sports Station, Double T 97.3 and Double T 97.3.com. Yours on television, too, on Fox 34 News Now. We come to you, Jamie Lent and Brendan Riker and I. My name is Chuck Heinz from the First United Bank studio. Jeff's out this week. Never fear, he'll return at some point in time next week. So Brendan's getting used to getting up early with us this morning. And we look forward to you participating on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Go to the Double T 97.3 mobile app for that, or the Visual Edge IT hotline if you want to communicate verbally. You can at 806-771-0973. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, I guess the good news, bad news for Jacob Rodriguez. Good news is you win the Bronco Nagurski, which is no small feat. Particularly, as Brennan said in the Sports Center, that a Big 12 player had not won since 2009. That's 16 years. And a Red Raider has never won that award. And it goes to the outstanding defensive player. This is presented by the Charlotte Touchdown Club in North Carolina. And that's a prestigious award, right? No doubt.
Yeah, no doubt.
The disappointment is that he didn't get to go to New York as a Heisman finalist. Would you have been surprised if he had been named a finalist?
Yes.
Yeah. And it's more because of the position, not because of what he did on the field, right? I mean, it's been known forever and a day as an offensive award, and some would say a quarterback or running back award over the history of time.
I think that's fair to say.
So, are you disappointed by that? I mean, I know you're disappointed, but I mean, that's not maybe the right way.
No, stoked.
That's not really the right way to. You said you weren't.
I'm really disappointed. I love the story. I thought he was good enough to be there.
Yes.
I thought it would be amazing for Texas Tech. I thought it would have been good for college football to have a pure defensive player there. All the above. So I felt like it was. I thought it was coming that he wasn't going to make it. I mean, I wasn't surprised at all last night.
Yeah.
But I'm very disappointed.
Yeah. This is. See, I felt like the Coach of the Year snub for Joey McGuire was directly related to the amount of investment that Texas Tech put into its roster, and that was it was just basically we're gonna show you. And I don't feel like this is the case with this deal. I think this is the position, and because it couldn't be publicity, because Jimmy, you couldn't swing a dead cat without hearing about Jacob Rodriguez
in this town.
Yeah, but also I think nationally that they got the word out. I mean, they had him going to Big Ten, Big Noon kickoff, and he was on game day, and I mean he was. One of his biggest supporters was Robert Griffin III, Heisman Trophy winner himself. Yeah,
I don't know that he needed bigger.
Yeah,
he needed more. I was telling Choice yesterday, I happened to be listening to the national radio broadcast for a little bit of the game on Saturday, and at one point they called him Jacob Rogers.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so so I don't know that he's as well known across the country as maybe we think he is, but I think there when it comes to do you think there's bias in this country with maybe say like AP voters and SEC teams or Big Ten teams?
Sure. I mean, I think there's.
Do you think there's the same thing for
the Heisman? Yeah.
For the Heisman?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. I sure do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I sure
do. That's what I think. I think they're going to pick those guys from. So what did we see? Right? We saw Ohio State quarterback, Indiana quarterback, SEC quarterback from Vanderbilt, and running back from Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Okay, so Notre Dame, SEC, Big 10, Big 12. Yeah, right. Yeah. So I think they're more of the same. More of the same when it comes to college football.
Yeah. So we'll.
I think if Jacob Rodriguez was playing in the SEC, he'd be in New York.
Yeah, you're probably right, or even the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Even the Big Ten.
Or Notre Dame. Like the last time a linebacker went to New York, where was he from?
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
And Jacob Rodriguez's numbers are better than Manti Te'o.
Yep.
So, man, Brandon, can you believe a broadcaster would get a guy's name wrong on the radio?
Yeah. Well, at least he got a Texas Tech athlete. I mean, just the wrong sport.
Yeah, true.
There is a Jacob Rogers that plays baseball for Texas Tech.
Okay.
It's just inconceivable.
It is inconceivable, right?
I also wonder if there's a little, not fatigue, but just like, okay, last year the Heisman went to a Big 12 player who played both on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. I understand that was a unique situation, but I think, maybe they said, okay, we got that off our plate. We can go back down the avenue of looking at these really good quarterbacks in college football to win the Heisman.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's possible.
And that's fair. I mean, that's fair as far as they had a Big 12 player last year. So if you're saying, they're not going to give it to a Big 12 player, well, I mean, last year's Big 12 player was pretty special. He was pretty amazing.
All right, so if you have a comment on that and would like to weigh in, you can go to the Double T 97.3 mobile app and participate on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. The Visual Edge IT hotline, it too is open at 806-771-0973. He is up. Jacob Rodriguez is up for other awards. Of course, he's already won the Butkus Award, which goes to the outstanding linebacker, and he remains up for the Lombardi Award as well. So, and David Bailey's up for that award too, right?
He was one of the 4 finalists.
Yeah. So, I mean, chances are somebody from Texas Tech's gonna win that. And he's also a finalist for the Chuck Bednarik Award and the Walter Camp Player of the Year. So he's got several awards still to get, but yeah, it would have been great to see him in New York. And like Jimmy said, the story is just, it's too good, but apparently not good enough. And what he did on the field was outstanding, but apparently not outstanding enough.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Hey, good morning. 6:32 this morning here on the Morning Drive with Jamie Lent and Brendan Riker. I'm Chuck Heinz. We get this from the Yates Flooring Center chat line off the Double T 97.3 mobile app presented by Happy State Bank. Big schools playing ND only helps ND. That's Notre Dame. Not those schools who still have 9 conference games to play. Yeah. I think there's a lot to be said for that. It's Bush League that Notre Dame plays in the ACC when it's convenient for them. Well, they do it in 24 sports and 5 times in football. It's substantially more than it used to be. Notre Dame needs to join the conference all the way or not at all.
If I was the ACC, that's kind of how I would feel to a certain degree, but you're benefiting for them for being attached to them as much as you are.
Yeah.
Even though you want more.
And, it's funny. There was a time, and it's been quite some time, that Notre Dame basketball was prestigious.
Oh, sure.
But it's been quite some time.
Well, it's really still really good on the women's side, isn't it?
It is, yes. It's still really good on the women's side. But, where you can, make a lot of noise and help make some money for your conference and generate a lot of publicity and stuff like that, that just really haven't ever risen to the heights that they would like to in men's basketball. And there's probably some reasons for that. and money is probably the chief amongst them. Would be my guess. This sad that Wichita Falls Raider, TTU Red Raider isn't going to New York. Yes, we're all disappointed by that. Sad by that. Did the college football playoff committee kind of say they don't need blue bloods like Texas and Notre Dame because it's a new world and the playoffs will go on? Well, they did. Texas didn't win enough games. Bottom line.
I mean, you can read it that way, that they didn't, or that they said they didn't need them, or just the fact of the matter is the resumes were better for everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody who knows anything about college football knows that they would have loved to have had those teams in there because of what they mean for eyeballs and all that good stuff.
Sure.
And interest.
Because the easy way out for the college football playoff committee would have been to
put them in.
Yeah, not flip Miami and Notre Dame and put Notre Dame in. I mean, they played for the national championship last year. Oh, by the way,
it would be great for it to be a 16-team event and Notre Dame, Texas, BYU all be in there.
I have moved my number up. I am now going to be a fan of 24 and use some of these bowls like the Alamo, the Pop-Tarts, the whatever, as part of your progression to get to the semifinals in the national championship game. And you'd have to have...
So now we have 8 teams that don't get to have a home playoff game.
Yeah.
Because you have 8 teams now with a bye if we're going to 24.
Yeah. Oh, then put in... Here's the deal then. Put in 32 and make everybody play. Have it a 32-team field. Because the bowl games have become even more meaningless than they were 3 years ago. I mean, I'm trying to look at this, and I know you're a bowl guy, and we have... And I like going to the bowl.
I'm less of a bowl guy this year because you're not playing in a bowl.
Yeah, no, I got you. But my point is, it used to be that I looked forward to a lot of these bowl games. I don't know that there's one that I'm really looking forward to.
That's because the team that you're rooting for is in the playoff.
Well,
it changes things.
It does change things, but I also think I look at this and go, you know, it used to be I would be like excited about some of these bowl games, but with all the dropouts and all the people saying opt-outs, and opt-outs is probably better than dropouts, although there's probably some dropouts too, or people that are going to go, I'm going to transfer, and you know the allure of going to the Alamo Bowl isn't what it once was. Same thing with the Pop-Tarts Bowl, or same thing. I mean, it's hard to get excited about the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl, or even the Gator or the Texas Bowl, which again features LSU
and Houston in the Texas Bowl. I think that's a super fun matchup. That's one of the bowl games I'm most interested in.
Okay, all right. My point is, put in 32 teams, use some of these bowls that have been around forever and a day as preliminary games, and work your way to a national champion.
So you're taking the games off the home campus all over the place then?
I think you could have the first round at the home. I think you could have 16 home games. I think that'd be cool. And then round 2 is these bowl games. And I would start it the week after the conference championship. Maybe. So
you're going to put the Alamo Bowl equal to what the
second round of the playoffs.
Yeah, so the Orange Bowl and the Sugar and all that, they'll be in that same level.
Well, the Orange, the Sugar, the Cotton, and the Rose.
They're going to wait to the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'd use the other ones as a means to get there. And I think the only reason these bowls still exist is because it's content for ESPN. But at some point in time, the advertisers are going to go, not enough eyeballs. The Sarsaparilla Bowl, got to go away. The Frisco Bowl, sorry about you. The New Mexico Bowl, who cares? The Birmingham Bowl, nobody wants to play. I got Georgia Southern and Appalachian State. Ho humdy dum. 2:00 on a Monday. There's going to be 72 people there.
I think
But the Georgia Southern and App State folks will be interested.
Yeah, there'll be 1,000 of them each there at Legion Field. It's in a terrible part of Alabama.
You're so living in your world and only your world, and can't accept that for over the first 100 years of Texas Tech football, we've been playing in one of those bowl games.
I know that.
Okay, and
I'm just saying times are changing.
And if we were, times have changed for us.
I know, and I'm just saying put 32 teams in the playoff, and you surely can be one of 32. And that would make it so much more exciting.
I think the drawback there is playing that many bowls in a row kind of diminishes the accomplishment of winning a bowl game.
Right, because that doesn't mean anything anymore, in my humble opinion.
So you just won a bunch of neutral site games.
And home games, yeah.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
And next, Jamie's question of the day.
Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3 is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
I ask you this question today
Oh, boy.
in hopes that I do not make Mr. Heinz' head spin off in anger.
Oh, my gosh.
I, for one, like college football. And if there is a Big 12 team playing, I'm usually interested in that game. There are Big 12 teams playing in bowl games, and I will watch some of their games.
Okay.
When it fits my schedule. Okay?
Okay. Sure, you're allowed.
Which bowl game involving a Big 12 team are you the most interested to watch?
Okay. Let's see. I gotta pull them up because I'm not just like appointment television for all these things for the other Big 12 schools. Brendan, do you have one that just pops out of your head that you? Oh, I got one here for you because I'm not going to root for them because I'm going to root for the other team because I love this bowl. I've been to this bowl a couple of times. I've yet to see. I have seen a win there. I've seen a Texas Tech win there. I think I've been to this bowl 3 times. It took me 3 times to see a winner. The Alamo Dome in the Alamo Bowl. USC versus TCU. I love watching USC football. I have all my life. They, going back to the John Robinson days and, the Pat Hayden days and J.K. McKay and that whole stuff and Charles Davis and Marcus Allen. So put me down for the Alamo Bowl, Jamie, on December 30th. It's a 9 o'clock kick. Yeah, that's awful late.
8 o'clock Central Time.
8 o'clock Central Time. Okay, thank you. Brennan?
I'll go with the I kind of have 2 answers, but my bowl that I'm most interested in is Houston and LSU, just because you got Big 12, SEC right there, and then Houston has a chance to get 10 wins in a season, and to do that, they got to play an SEC team that's getting a brand new head coach, and that's all anyone wanted to talk about for weeks on end is Lane Kiffin to LSU. I'm curious to see how Willie Fritz's team does in that. And then Arizona plays SMU in the Holiday Bowl. Just like Houston, Arizona has a chance to get to 10 wins under a coach that I didn't really think that Arizona would get to 9 wins under that head coach. And then, you're playing a SEC team, ACC team there for Arizona. So I kind of look at some of the matchups where you have a chance to showcase your conference against the other Power 5 teams. Power 4, I should say.
I actually think there's some good Big 12 matchups here.
Okay.
Okay. I agree with the three answers that you two have given us. I like those matchups.
Okay.
I probably would take Houston and LSU as my number one. I probably would take TCU versus USC as my number two.
You rooting for USC in that game?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Arizona and SMU would be my number three.
Mm-hmm.
And I also want to throw this one out there. BYU against Georgia Tech. And I know those are two teams that at certain points of the season were thinking they had a shot for the college football playoff, and they're a little bit disappointed, but I think they're two good teams. So it'll be interesting to see who's able to be motivated and come out and win that game. I like the matchup with Utah and Nebraska. I think that's fun. I think Utah should dominate Nebraska, but it's two big names facing off with each other. So I think that one is fun as well. So really, when it gets down to it, the only two that really just don't jump out at me are Cincinnati and Navy, and Arizona State and Duke.
Yeah,
neither one of those really do much for me.
That's ACC champion Duke too.
Against former Big 12 champ Arizona State. Emphasis on former. So, yeah, I think there's some good matchups involving Big 12 teams this year.
Okay. My head did not spin off with that question.
Okay, good.
I mean, it spins off with, I get distracted.
Soccer highlights or talking about soccer.
That gal just, they were talking about like it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, like she's sitting on the edge of her seat. Can hardly wait. Let's see. And if for some reason James Madison were to beat Oregon in the and go to the Orange Bowl to face Tech, somebody suggests this, or ask the JMU people, Madison or Madison? Madison or Madison? You can ask them if they eat hot dogs, if they watch the Cowboys or the Minnesota Twinks. Okay, yeah, long-time listener there. From Mustang Softball Dad. You all know the ESPN Illuminati. Oh, going to bring in the Illuminatis now. Does not want Texas Tech to succeed. That's why we didn't get the Cotton Bowl. Oh. The Illuminatis. Man, you might have you been through the Denver airport lately? Is that where you're getting that? Pop-Tarts Bowl. Fun to see them eat the mascot. Okay. Jalen Hurts becomes the first player to have an interception and a fumble on the same play in NFL history. Robert, thank you. That's from the NFL game last night.
And Pat Mahomes said, "Hold my beer." I did that as a freshman in college. Not that took you how long to figure that out, Hurts?
Yeah.
I did that like my first ever game in college.
This certainly no Houston fan, but Willie Fritz to me is an easy guy to root for. I'm kind of surprised. I'm kind of surprised that Willie Fritz didn't get some coaching opportunities, and it might be his age.
Maybe he did,
and decided to stay at Houston.
Yeah,
maybe so. Yeah, he's 64. He can't just. I'm sure his wife's like, oh, "Are we moving again? Jeez, we just got here, man." Have you all seen the report in the Alamo Bowl passed on Houston for TCU due to lack of fan interest? Yeah. No surprise there.
Lack of feeling like Houston's fan base doesn't travel and doesn't buy up tickets.
They don't even buy tickets in their own city.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Is Chuck the Jolly Jolly Elf? Do you think I'm a Jolly Jolly Elf?
I don't think you're jolly.
If I'm going to...
You don't get a prize for spotting Chuck, if that's what you're asking.
Right. If I'm going to be anything, man, I'm going to be Santa Claus. I don't want to just be an elf. I want to be the head man. I want to be Santa Claus.
Of course.
I think I said that just for you.
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Here on the Morning Drive, good morning with Brendan Riker and Jamie Lent. I'm Chuck Heinz. Coming up at 9. Your choice. You can stick with our local stuff and the end of the bench with Rob Rowe and company, or Dan Patrick on Double T 97.3. Same deal at high noon. You've got the bottom line, Choice Woodman and Friends. That's okay to call it that, and Friends, right?
We're not very tight.
Okay.
Just colleagues.
colleagues, choice women and colleagues at high noon. He'll have Chris Sneed with him. And,
it's all about me, Chuck.
And Jamie Lent. I know Jamie for sure. I don't. Sneed's hit and miss sometimes. And then this afternoon, of course, Tech Talk, the greatness that is Clint Scott and Dr. Mike Gustafson. This story came out the other day. I'm just seeing it, and I just wanted to get your take on it and opinion on it. The Georgia Athletic Department is seeking in a arbitration $390,000 from former defensive end Damon Wilson II. He terminated his name, image, and likeness agreement with the Bulldogs Collective to transfer to the University of Missouri. He did get his first month's pay, which was $30,000. He was owed a total of $420 from last December through January of 26. And that's $420,000 total, not including a $40,000 bonus payment he was to receive in February and June. He received his first payment and then entered the portal. The contract's terms allowed the collective to terminate the deal if Wilson, unenrolled from the school, left the team or entered the portal. The deal also spells out liquidated damages if it's terminated. Wilson would owe whatever's remaining on the contract in a lump sum. I mean, you sign these things and you have these big boy agreements, and guess what? They expect you to live up to them.
Shocker.
Yeah. One, do you think this is good on Georgia to do it, or should they just say, Or do you say, make an example of somebody and say, we're gonna hang you high, so to speak?
Exactly what I think. I think they should go after him and see if they can get the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And
send a message.
Again, send a message. Make make an example of him. All of the above. I'm sure that this has happened plenty of other times.
Yes.
And schools are not doing anything about it.
Yes, I'm sure that other schools will look at this. And this is what the Georgia Athletics spokesperson had to say. He said, when the University of Georgia Athletic Association enters binding agreements with student athletes, we honor our commitments and expect student athletes to do the same. Yeah. And they had expected him to help them last year. And even though he stayed with the team through the bowl game, the team expected Wilson to be a key contributor, if not a starter, but he entered the portal January 7th. That made it too late in the process to find an adequate replacement, according to the team. Okay. It'll be, like I said, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Authorities in Missouri served Wilson with the legal summons November 24th. He does not have an attorney listed in the court system as of yet. Okay. So, yeah, I think a lot of universities will be like, okay, let's keep an eye on that deal.
Yeah, no doubt.
See how it turns out. Mm-hmm. And then, because, I mean, you've got a bunch of guys here that are signed up for all of next year. And there may be some guys that I'm like, I didn't really think I got the playing time that I thought I was going to get. So that's when you go work out a deal with whomever you need to work out a deal with. If it's the general manager of the team or somebody legally that's associated with the school, you probably need to get some representation and work out some kind of an agreement before you just pick up all your belongings saying, I'm in the portal.
I would also think that if they're in good standing and the team understands, hey, he wasn't much of a factor for us, they'll be happy to let you out of the contract.
Yeah. But it's about...
Because they don't want to pay money to a guy that's not contributing.
Right, or didn't maybe pan out like they thought he was going to pan out.
Again, and not contributing.
Right, yeah. Where do you guys think Sam Leavitt will be transferred to? And if Tech is an option, do you want him here? Do you have any opinion on that?
I don't think he'll be in Lubbock. Where do I think he'll end up? That's a great question. My guess would be at some SEC school.
Okay.
Somewhere.
There's a backup guy for Notre Dame that apparently is going into the portal. I heard Brady Quinn say this morning on Two Pros and a Cup of Joe that he's a really good quarterback who would make a starter for somebody. So you're going to need somebody, and it'll be interesting to see what avenue do they decide to go down.
Man, Brady Quinn is a Notre Dame apologist of epic proportions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I don't know that he makes any bones about that either.
Yeah.
So that's...
He was spouting off this morning how Notre Dame is... In the beginning of time, they weren't allowed into the Big Ten because they were attached to the Catholics, and the Big Ten didn't allow that, and so they take pride in being independent, and that they shouldn't be forced to be in a conference, and their independence is really important for them, and blah blah. Okay, well that's all fine and dandy, but when it costs you, don't whine.
Yeah,
you want to hold true to all that? That's fair. You get the right to do that, Notre Dame. But because I think they were hurt by not being in a conference this year. But when it costs you, don't whine about it. You have the right to join a conference, or you have the right to not join a conference.
Yeah, and I think part of his take is what a lot of people have thought is that, hey, if you want to just match it up against Miami, then Miami's the deserving team. But why did it take 5 weeks to get there?
I think everybody's saying that.
Yeah.
Everybody involved.
Yeah, and
supposedly the reason was that BYU is in between them, and they weren't right next to each other, so it wasn't just a head-to-head. Well, again, why did BYU evacuate being in between them when we were told Alabama can't be punished for losing a conference championship game?
Right.
But BYU clearly was.
Clearly was, yeah. And as a result, so was Notre Dame. So it's funny because Rob Bro had showed me a thing on some Notre Dame Twitter account of they had taken the double T and made it Notre Dame gold. Mm-hmm. Like thinking that win was going to help them.
That clinched it for them, yeah.
Yeah, and not so fast, right? Not so fast. It will be interesting to see once you come out of this season, however it ends, what the projection will be like for next year.
For the Red Raiders?
Yeah.
Yeah, that will be interesting.
Because you'll have some back, and you got to do a lot of work to replace folks as well. So it'd be really, really interesting. Why would he have to pay back money he didn't receive? Because he broke a contract. And when you have a contract between two people, you have to honor the agreement. In the agreement, it said if he left, he owed them. So guess what? They said, hey, Mr. So-and-so, we have a contract. Oh, we ain't got no contract. Yeah, we do have a contract. It's right here, and it spells it out. If you leave, you owe us. And I'm sure it said something to this. It was reciprocal, saying, if we say to you, we no longer need your services, Mr. So-and-so, then we owe you. It's pretty damn simple, in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
So, be understanding with what you've got and what your contract is and how it works. And honor your agreements. I mean, if you have a contract with somebody, honor your agreement or come to a mutually beneficial settling way of handling the agreement to break the deal. Simple as that. But at the end of the day, if you've signed a contract, guess what? You have a contract.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
All right, coming up at 9, it's the end of the bench on 100.7 The Score. You'll hear Dan Patrick as well if you so choose. At high noon, it's the Bottom Line with Choice and his colleagues. Sounds so cold. And then Colin Cowherd in the Herd on Double T 97.3 at high noon. Did you ask Choice yesterday? I heard your question of the day for him. It was different than ours, which is what it usually is. But I was just curious if you asked him for a score of Texas Tech and Oregon.
I did not.
Okay.
That I can remember, at least.
Okay. All right. And you're still pretty much where you were, right? Nothing's. You don't have anything to change it, right?
Yeah, I got a close game in the 20s, and the Red Raiders out on top.
Got it right here. Jamie on December the 8th said 24-20 Tech. Brennan said 28-17 Tech, and I said 35-10 Tech. I was still drinking some red Kool-Aid, spiked, high on life. Yesterday.
35-10, yeah, that was memorable. Yeah.
No, we'll see if it sticks. I don't know if it'll. I don't know if it'll stick or not. Jacob Rodriguez, Bronco Nagurski Award winner, not a Heisman finalist, and I presume that means he did not get in the top 4 of the voting. So I don't know if he'll be in the top 10. I don't know if he'll be 5th. Would you be surprised if he's outside the top 10?
Yeah, outside the top 10.
Yeah,
My guess is he's probably somewhere between 5 and 7.
Yeah. Okay. Any idea what kind of opportunity he'll have in the NFL in your mind?
I think a good one.
Okay.
I think he'll have a chance to make a team and play a long time.
Okay. How many guys on this team do you think will have that opportunity?
To play at the next level?
Yeah.
I mean, the opportunity, a lot of them, how many do I think will stick?
And, yeah, like Lee Hunter, David Bailey.
Yes.
Okay.
Romello
Height.
Yes.
Jack Burgess.
Yes.
Stone Harrington.
Sure.
Okay.
Cole Wisniewski.
Yeah.
Ben Roberts.
What about any of your
AJ Holmes.
Terrence Carter?
Yes.
Is he big enough?
Let me say on defense first.
Okay.
Skylar Gill Howard.
Okay.
Bryce Pollock.
That's quite a few right there.
Who am I missing? I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody. Feel like.
Does Amir Boyd have a chance? How about Anthony Holmes?
I said him.
Oh, you did say him. Okay. I think that's probably a good number right there.
Yeah, I'm missing 6. Your Coronado kid. Why am I forgetting?
John Curry?
John Curry.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Offensive side of the ball, Caleb Douglas. Definitely.
Howard Sampson?
Sure.
Can he stay healthy?
Yes. There's probably more than one.
What about Terrence Carter? Is he? I think I asked you if he's big enough.
He's got to find, the right offense for him, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he's got to find the right offense. But I think if you find it, the potential is there of him being a really tough
Reggie Virgil?
mismatch. Possibly because of his straight line speed.
Yeah.
And both of your running backs maybe have a chance because of their versatility. I think Baron Morton is going to find himself with a chance. It's just a matter of what he'll do with it and can he stay healthy.
Yeah.
Surely he'll be in a camp somewhere, and I think we all know he's a pretty smart guy and reads defense as well and all that, and has got a strong arm when he's healthy, and again, when he's healthy, moves well and all that good stuff. How about this double spin move to avoid a sack this weekend? That was
that was really
most,
impressive.
Athletic. Move by a quarterback I've seen in a long time. It was pretty impressive.
Being able to stay upright was...
Looked more like a point guard on a basketball team than a quarterback. That was impressive.
Doubt.
Yeah. So I think Barron's going to give himself a shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
And obviously has a chance to improve his lie with the spotlight that's going to be on him over the next, few weeks.
Sure. Can't hurt.
And all these guys, too, frankly. And especially the defensive guys might be more about, hey, can I move up in the draft? Or can I catch somebody's eye that says, hey, we're a better fit for you from a free agent standpoint? Because that also plays heavily into it. But, Jacob Rodriguez has been, honored with the Bronco Nagurski and the Butkus Award. Nothing to sneeze at. The Nagurski hasn't been awarded to a Big 12 player since 2009, and a Red Raider has never won it.
Before yesterday.
Right? The Buckets Award is nothing to sneeze at. The Lombardi Award is still out there. So, I mean, it would have been great to see him in New York City, and it would have been a great story, and it would have been great for Texas Tech and Jacob and his family and his wife, and just the whole story would have been awesome to see on a national stage.
Yep.
So
would have been really cool.
And I don't have a favorite or anybody that is I'm just pining to see hoist that thing up this year. I mean, I was hopeful that Jacob Rodriguez would at least be there and you could have that. But I mean, I
have a favorite.
You do? Who is it?
Yeah, anybody but Diego
Pavia, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And just why don't you? Is he too showboaty for you?
He's definitely showboaty and trash talky, and he sued the NCAA because he didn't think junior college years should count.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Stupid belief that it was keeping him from earning a living by living with the rules that have been in place forever. And I'm sorry, I don't understand why junior college years would not count.
Right.
You're out of high school. You're past high school age. Those years should count. And I know that, there are guys like Robin Villeneuve on our baseball team that are benefiting from it, but I get it. But I think those years should count.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
You played junior college football. You were playing football.
You were playing football.
You're playing college football.
And
just because you didn't have which is funny, that you weren't good enough or didn't have the grades to get to a D1 school at that point. Most of the guys that are playing high-level junior college football, it's more about their grades than it is their athletic ability. Mm-hmm. But now somehow he's at Vanderbilt.
Maybe he developed.
Academically?
Or
sure he
or
did.
Even physically.
Sure he did.
Maybe he developed physically.
Well, he surely hasn't mentally. Or his brother that keeps getting arrested for being, as Chuck would say, overserved at football games.
I think I'm going to root for Fernando Mendoza from Indiana.
Okay.
I think if I have somebody at this point.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet973.com.